St. Louis is the second largest city in Missouri, United States. It sits near the confluence of the Mississippi and the Missouri rivers, on the western bank of the latter. As of 2019, the city proper had an estimated population of around 300,000, while the bi-state metropolitan area, which extends into Illinois, had an estimated population of over 2.8 million, making it the largest metropolitan area in Missouri, the second largest in Illinois, the seventh largest in the Great Lakes megalopolis, and the 22nd largest in the United States. Before European settlement, the area was a regional center of Native American Mississippian culture. St. Louis was founded on February 14, 1764 by French fur traders Gilbert Antoine de Saint-Maixent, Pierre Leclerc and Auguste Choteau, who named it for Louis IX of France. In 1764, following France's defeat in the 7 Years' War, the area was ceded to Spain. In 1800, it was retroceded to France, which sold it 3 years later to the United States as part of the Louisiana Purchase. The city was then the point of embarkation for the Corps of Discovery on the Lewis and Clark expedition. In the 19th century, St. Louis became a major port on the Mississippi River. From 1870 until the 1920 census, it was the fourth largest city in the country. It separated from St. Louis County in 1877, becoming an independent city and limiting its own political boundaries. St. Louis had a brief run as a world-class city in the early 20th century. In 1904, it hosted the Louisiana Purchase Exposition and the Summer Olympics. A global city with a metropolitan GDP of more than $160 billion in 2017. Metropolitan St. Louis has a diverse economy with strengths in the service, manufacturing, trade, transportation, and tourism industries. It is home to 9 of the 10 Fortune 500 companies based in Missouri. Major companies headquartered with significant operations in the city include Amere Corporation, Peabody Energy, Nestlé Purina Pet Care, Anheuser-Busch, Wells Fargo Advisors, Stifel Financial, Spire, Inc., MillerCoors, Fleischmann-Hillard, Square, Inc., U.S. Bank, Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield, Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis, U.S. Department of Agriculture, National Geospatial Intelligence Agency, Centene Corporation, and Express Scripts. Major research universities include St. Louis University and Washington University in St. Louis. The Washington University Medical Center in the Central West End neighborhood hosts an agglomeration of medical and pharmaceutical institutions, including Barnes Jewish Hospital. St. Louis has 3 professional sports teams: the St. Louis Cardinals of Major League Baseball, the St. Louis Blues of the National Hockey League, and the St. Louis Battle Hawks of the newly formed XFL. In 2019, the city was awarded a Major League Soccer franchise, St. Louis City SC, which is expected to begin play upon the completion of a 22,500-seat stadium in the city's downtown West neighborhood in 2023. Among the city's notable sites is the 630-foot Gateway Arch in the downtown area. St. Louis is also home to the St. Louis Zoo and the Missouri Botanical Garden, which has the second largest herbarium in North America. The area that would become St. Louis was a center of the Native American Mississippian culture, which built numerous temple and residential earthwork mounds on both sides of the Mississippi River. Their major regional center was at Cahokia Mounds, active from 900 to 1500. Due to numerous major earthworks within St. Louis boundaries, the city was nicknamed as the Mound City. These mounds were mostly demolished during the city's development. Historic Native American tribes in the area included the Soong-speaking Osage people, whose territory extended west, and the Aliniwek. European exploration of the area was first recorded in 1673. When French explorers Louis Joliet and Jacques Marquette traveled through the Mississippi River Valley. 5 years later, La Salle claimed the region for France as part of Louisiana. The earliest European settlements in the area were built in the Illinois country on the east side of the Mississippi River during the 1690s and early 1700s at Cahokia, Kaskaskia, and ford the Chartres. Migrants from the French villages on the opposite side of the Mississippi River founded Ste. Genevieve in the 1730s. In 1764, after France lost the 7 Years' War, Pierre Leclerc and his stepson Auguste Choteau founded what was to become the city of St. Louis. The French families built the city's economy on the fur trade with the Osage, as well as with more distant tribes along the Missouri River. The Choteau brothers gained a monopoly from Spain on the fur trade with Santa Fe. French colonists used African slaves as domestic servants and workers in the city. France, alarmed that Britain would demand French possessions west of the Mississippi and the Missouri River basin after losing New France to them in 1759 to 1760, transferred these to Spain as